Have you ever felt a shiver down your spine? That feeling that some things in this world just can't be explained? From ancient enigmas to modern-day disappearances, our history is filled with puzzles that have baffled the brightest minds for generations. Today, we rate peeling back the curtain on some of the most enduring unsolved mysteries from around the globe. Are you ready to question everything you think you know? Let's dive in. Our first stop is the windswept coast of North Carolina, back in the year 1587. A group of about 115 English settlers, led by John White, established a colony on Roanoke Island. White had to sail back to England for supplies, but his return was delayed by a naval war with Spain. When he finally made it back 3 years later, in 1590, he found the settlement completely deserted. There were no signs of a struggle, no bodies, nothing. The only clue left behind was a single word carved into a post, Croatoan. This was the name of a nearby island and a local Native American tribe. Did the colonists assimilate with the tribe? Did they try to sail back to England and get lost at sea? Or did something far more sinister happen? Despite numerous archaeological digs and historical investigations, the fate of the lost colony of Roanoke remains one of America's oldest and most haunting mysteries. The silence they left behind is deafening, isn't it? Next, we journey to the cold, dark waters of the North Atlantic. On December 15, 1900, a passing steamer noticed something odd. The lighthouse on Eilean Moor, one of the Flannan Isles off the coast of Scotland, was unlit. A relief vessel arrived on December 26 to investigate. What they found was an eerie scene. The lighthouse was empty. The three keepers, Thomas Marshall, James the Cat, and Donald MacArthur, were gone. Inside, a chair was overturned. A meal of salted mutton was left untouched on the table. And one of the keepers' oilskin coats was still hanging on its hook, suggesting one of them went out into a storm unprepared. The last entry in the logbook spoke of a terrible storm with high winds and low morale. But the strange thing is, no storms were reported in the area on those dates. What happened to these three men? Were they swept away by a rogue wave? Did a personal dispute turn tragic? Or is there a more paranormal explanation? Over a century later, the Flannan Isles lighthouse still holds its secret. Now let's fast forward to the 20th century, to a mystery that fell from the sky. On November 24, 1971, a man known only as DB. Cooper hijacked a Boeing 727 aircraft mid-flight between Portland and Seattle. He was calm, polite, and claimed to have a bomb in his briefcase. His demands were simple: $200,000 in cash and for parachutes. Once his demands were met in Seattle, he released the passengers and ordered the plane to fly towards Mexico City. Somewhere over the dense, rugged wilderness of southwestern Washington, Cooper did the unthinkable. He opened the rear air stair of the plane and parachuted into the night. Into a raging thunderstorm with the ransom money. He was never seen or heard from again, the FBI. Launched one of the most extensive and expensive manhunts in U.S. history, but found nothing. The only piece of evidence ever discovered was in 1980, when a young boy found a rotting bundle of $20 bills, about $5,800, with serial numbers matching the ransom money. On the banks of the Columbia River. Did Cooper survive the jump? Did he die in the wilderness, his remains lost to time? Or did he get away with it, living out his days in anonymity? The legend of DB. Cooper remains the only unsolved case of air piracy in American history. From the skies to the depths of ancient history, our next mystery is a manuscript that no one can read. It's called the Voynich Manuscript, a book from the early 15th century filled with strange illustrations of bizarre plants, astronomical charts, and human figures in odd, tube-like structures. But the real puzzle is the text. It is written in an unknown language or code that has stumped the world as best cryptographers and linguists for over a century, including top code breakers from World War I and II. Is it an elaborate hoax? A meaningless collection of symbols designed to fool people? Is it a lost language, the only surviving text from a forgotten culture? Or is it a complex cipher holding secrets of alchemy or forbidden knowledge? Every few years, Someone claims to have cracked it, but no theory has ever been definitively proven. The book sits in Yale University's library, its pages whispering a story that, for now, no one on Earth can understand. It's a true intellectual challenge, a lock without a known key. Let's travel now to the Australian outback, to a case that has puzzled investigators for over 70 years. On December 1st, 1948, the body of an unidentified man was found on Somerton Beach in Adelaide. He was well dressed in a suit and tie, with no signs of violence. His wallet was missing, and all the labels on his clothing had been carefully removed. The case took a bizarre turn when a pathologist found a tiny, rolled-up piece of paper in a hidden fob pocket of the man's trousers. On it were 2 words, printed from a book, Tamim Shud, which is Persian for it is ended or finished. Police eventually traced the paper to a very rare copy of a poetry book called the Rubaiyat of Omar Khayyam. In the back of that specific book, they found what appeared to be a coded message, which remains undeciphered to this day. There was also a phone number belonging to a local nurse who claimed she didn't know the man but appeared visibly distressed when shown a plaster cast of his face. Was he a spy, a jilted lover, or something else entirely? To this day, the Somerton man's identity and the cause of his death are unknown. The Tamim Shud case is a perfect storm of intrigue, code, and anonymity. Our final mystery takes us to the vast emptiness of space. On August 15, 1977, a radio telescope at Ohio State University, known as the Big Ear, was scanning the cosmos. That night, it picked up an incredibly strong, narrowband radio signal lasting for 70 seconds. The signal came from the direction of the constellation Sagittarius and bore all the expected hallmarks of an extraterrestrial transmission. It was so powerful and so unusual that the astronomer on duty, Jerry Emmon, circled the reading on the computer printout and wrote one word next to it: wow. Scientists have pointed the Big Ear and other, more powerful telescopes back to that same patch of sky hundreds of times since, but the signal has never been detected again. It was a what-time event. Was it a natural, but previously unknown, astronomical phenomenon? Or was it a genuine, fleeting message from an intelligent civilization far, far away? A brief hello across the cosmic ocean that we weren't ready to answer? Oh, wow! Signal remains the strongest candidate for an alien transmission ever received, a tantalizing hint that we might not be alone. From a lost colony to a phantom hijacker, from an unreadable book to a message from the stars, these mysteries remind us that our world is still full of unanswered questions. They challenge our understanding of history, science, and our place in the universe. Perhaps some puzzles are never meant to be solved. Or perhaps the answers are still out there, waiting for the right person, the right technology, or the right moment to be discovered. What do you think happened in these cases? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I love reading them. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the unknown. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more explorations into the world's greatest mysteries. Stay curious.